Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Dr. Herbert Harris, and this is Success Mentorship class number 341. And our topic for today is the law of attraction. I like to call it the law of magnetism. In other words, you attract what you are. Today we have a super treat, a guest speaker, world traveler, author Herman Taylor will be sharing the law of magnetism. What you are, you attract what you are. Before we get started, of course, we want to just invite you to visit our website, www.herbertharris.com, and see some of the goodies there. Much of what we talk about on our classes are taken from our book, The 12 Universal Laws of Success. And we have a number of other goodies there that can transform your life. If you if you're stuck, if you need a change, if you need direction, be sure to book a call, a complimentary success consultation to help you get unstuck. Put the wings beneath you so that you can fly to your dreams. Before we get started, let me do our meditation to put us in the proper place, in the proper framework to hear the message and be transformed. Let's sit straight up in our seats, close our outer eyes, and let's open our inner eyes. Take a deep breath and hold it. Let it out slowly. Take a deep breath and hold it. Let it out slowly. And in this space of peace and relaxation, I am at peace with myself. Let us affirm that together. I am at peace with myself. Just let that peace sink in. And in this state of peace and relaxation, our minds are open, receptive, and ready to learn. My mind is open, receptive, and ready to learn. Let us affirm that together. My mind is open, receptive, and ready to learn. Just let that sink in. Take a deep breath. Let it out slowly. All right. Wow. Well, today we have an incredible speaker, guest, and friend. Let's see. I'm going to make you co-host. Let's see. Let me just do that. Okay. Dawn, I'm going to make you co-host. Okay. Okay, yes. And today's person, just a little background. Um, Herman Taylor, I met, a little over a year ago. And when I met him, I was super impressed because he was a person that was on a mission. He came to a book signing in New York and a workshop that we did. And he said, I want to write a book. And I said to myself, beautiful. And we talked about it. And as he shared that, the fact that he wanted to write a book, there was something that's very different. You know, a lot of people say they'd love to write a book, but they never really do it. You know, they say they're going to do it, but they never really do it. And Herman actually did it. I remember we said, how do you do it? I said, Herman, sit down and you just sit there, commit to the time, and the vibration will come to you. So Herman would get up. He was working a full-time job. He'd get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and write his book. And let's see, that was March. The book was finished by the fall. And the next thing I know, it's out. I wrote the foreword for the book, and the title is From Nothing to Almost Something. And when I got my copy, I was reading it, and I'm like, whoa, this was a book about a journey from a place of, I'll just say a journey from a place where he didn't want to be to a place where he really wanted to be. And what I've seen about Herman over these last months, yes, that's the book, from nothing to almost something. Beautiful. Well, Herman wrote the book. Next thing I know, he's on a book tour. Then back in June, we were talking. I was in New York. We got together, and he said, I'm heading to Ghana. Once he went to Ghana, they had him on television, on radio. He was doing seminars and talks. And so I just, I saw there something, and I'm doing this, laying this out like this because if you have a dream, if you have something you really want to be, and you really, really work at it, this idea of the law of magnetism, you attract what you are. When you can create that level of desire inside you that's so strong that everything else, nothing else matters. Don't worry about the how. You just focus on doing what must be done. So without further ado, my friend, author, speaker, you like that title, Herman?
I love it. I love it.
Author, speaker, Herman Taylor, coming to us from the great state of New York. Take it away, Herman.
Yay. Thank you, Dr. Harris. Thank you so much. This is a fantabulous day. It's an honor and it's my privilege to be here. Dr. Harris, I thank you. You are a gracious host for sharing your platform. I told Dr. Harris I wanted to be a motivational speaker last year. He changed my name. He said, no, I like transformational speaker. I said, all right, Dr. Harris, I like transformational speaker too. I said, why you like transformational speaker? He said, because motivation is like taking a shower and it wears off. And transformation is something that's stamped internally, and it's something that you become and who you create. So I want you to be a transformational speaker. So I didn't argue with my mentor. I said, you got it. I'm a transformational speaker. Thank you for giving me that title. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share for the first time. Right? I never shared on the platform. You guys put me on the forefront, told me to do my thing, and I am gracious for the opportunity. Thank you for believing in me. I think this is like my third time. I was being stingy. I was like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And we had a conversation this week, and you asked me would I like to do it, and I said sure. And the topic that popped out to me that fit, and you just described it in the story you gave, was human magnetism. So I want to give y'all some information on human magnetism, which is the fourth law in the 12 universal laws of success. It's law number 5. And I want to give you some backdrop. And I also want you to know a backdrop to the backdrop is that being is a big part of human magnetism. And me and Dr. Harris had a conversation about being this week, and I'll let you guys know about that a little later. So let's jump right into this. Human magnetism. You attract what you are. And that is the reality if you don't want to believe it or not. The basic principle of human magnetism is that you attract what you are, and you are what you think about most of the time. Most of the time that you spend thinking about being, doing, or having will materialize in your life. So I want you all to think about that. And I also want you all to resonate on this quote: where your focus goes, your energy flows. Human magnetism requires you to have a positive mental attitude, PMA. So for today, let's be PMA all day, all the way, positive mental attitude. Positive mental attitudes help you connect with the universe. Positive mental attitudes put you on the frequency and the energy you need to be on to be pulled to your desired outcome. Think of your mind as a powerful magnet. When you focus on positive thoughts, you're creating a frequency that attracts similar energies. And if you wanna go to your own reference point, when you smile at somebody, generally, if you're not from New York, they'll smile back. That's what's going to happen because your energy is creating something in that other person. Let's look at two key principles of energy and frequency. People give off energy. Have you ever been around someone or hear someone speak and say, I like their energy? Like they got good vibes. Oh, I like their energy. Dr. Harris likes to say, my energy is contagious when I enter a room. And I said, and Coach Dave said, yeah, your energy, and Dawn, they said, yeah, energy is bananas, Herman. And they tap into my frequency, right? So your energy is important. I know when I meet somebody, I'm like, oh, wow, I like their energy. Like we have a nice kindred spirit. We connect with each other, right? So energy pulls you in. The next principle I want to look at is frequency, right? There are two frequencies. It's low frequency and it's high frequency. Low frequencies are produced by negative feelings and negative thoughts like anger, fear, anxiety. But what we want to vibe at is high frequency. And high frequencies are produced by love, confidence, gratitude, caring, giving, sharing. Those are the vibes that we want to give off. That's where I like to live, right? So let's look at what I want to do today is I want to operate on a success frequency. A success frequency is a frequency you use to create. That's our mastermind. An example would be what we do every Saturday. We come in here with good energy, and we come here and report our stories and our well-being and projects, and we get the energy and frequency that's required for us to continue to build and help each other. That's our mastermind principle. What I also want us to look at is when you are, frequency is something that you tap into, right? You have to tap into frequency. Like I like to listen to WBLS 107.5 FM. And when I can't get that frequency on any other radio station, I have to tune in my radio to 107.5. If I tune in to 92.3, I'm going to get country. If I tune into 97.8, I'm going to get soft jazz. So what I'm looking for is smooth R&B. So I have to go to 107.5. I have to be on that frequency or it doesn't happen. So when you're trying to create a lifestyle of being, you have to be in that frequency to get the results you want. All right. So let's move on. I got 4 steps. No, I got 3. I apologize. I took one off. I got 3 steps that I want us to look at to develop human magnetism. The first one is visualization. You have to mentally picture the life you desire with as much detail as possible. By doing this, you are setting your frequency to make your vision a reality. So what I want you guys to do, right? Let's do this. Dr. Harris put us through a visualization meditation when we started, but I want us to do it again. So I want you to close your eyes and visualize the life that you want that doesn't yet exist. And I want you to visualize it by using all your senses. I want you to see it. I want you to feel it. I want you to touch it. I want you to feel the feelings of having it. because
I
I
just
did
spoke of
this.
Lord God
I
of
did
mercy on
I
me.
did this I did this 5 years ago when I wanted to buy my house. I saw the house. I saw the porch. I was waving to the kids going up and down the block. I saw the deck. I was barbecuing. I was entertaining under the gazebo. I saw the pool. I saw my son's room. I saw the sunken in living room. I saw this before I had it. And if you work in the field I work in, recovery, substance abuse, and mental health, when you have a force fixed belief, they call it delusions. But in order to prove them wrong and say I'm not having a delusion, you have to make it a reality. So when I got the keys and walked into that house from my vision, it showed me the universal pull of human magnetism. The second step is gratitude. By appreciating what you already have, sends out a positive vibe to the universe that attracts more of the same. It's like the magnet that pulls towards you more, more, more of the positive things that you're giving. My take on gratitude as well is second chance. Do you know the feeling you get when you get a second chance? Has anybody ever tried something and failed? Has anybody ever tried something and they didn't get their desired outcome? Have you ever tried something and you gave up? Gratitude helps me hone in on the energy that I have a second chance. I have a second chance to get it right. I have a second chance to prove them wrong. I got a second chance to shut up the naysayers. I got a second chance to prove to myself that I am worthy of it. I have a second chance to prove to myself that I deserve it. I have a second chance to prove that that lifestyle that I want, all I have to do is go get it. All I have to do is go all in, focus, be committed, be disciplined, be consistent, and go get it. So gratitude helps me say, hey, man, thank God for a second chance. Thank God that I'm able to make this happen, despite all odds, despite all statistics, despite people thinking I couldn't do it, and despite my own self-limiting beliefs. So I love gratitude. The third step is desire. Desire denotes that you can't just sit back and expect things to happen. You must take action towards what you want. You have to be all in. It's an all or nothing thing. When you have a burning desire means I'm gonna do this no matter what. I don't care how much effort it takes. If you think it takes 5 times effort and that's not successful, put 10 times effort out there. If you think 8 times the action is required, you put 15 times action. When you get tuned in to your burning desire, that means you throw everything you have at it. There's no hold back. There's no wait for tomorrow. It's everything that I have, I'm going to give every day. I'm going to sleep. I'm going to sleep this dream. I'm going to eat this dream. I'm going to live this dream. I'm going to walk this dream. When you have a burning desire, nothing else matters. Sometimes you got to sell a house and move in with your family. Sometimes you got to sell a car and get a Metro car. Sometimes you got to pawn the jewelry. You got to do whatever it takes to make your burning desire come true. Excuse me, I'm just passionate about burning desires. And I got this quote I love. It's from this Spanish general. I think you all know the quote. It says, burn the ships. It comes from a story of a Spanish captain, Herman Cortez, who ordered his men to burn the ships with men. There's no return. We got to win or die. And that's the spirit you have to have. Like, yo, I burnt the ships, man. I'm all into this. It's no turning back. It's speaker, author, and being a leader in substance abuse and recovery in the world. Matter of fact, Dr. Harris didn't say just in the world. He said being the #1 recovery substance abuse expert in the world. That's the position I want for you. And I said, you know what? Then that's what I'm going to be. And if you think that we're kidding, we had this conversation Wednesday. Go to my website. It says HermanTaylorsVision.com, and you're going to see Herman Taylor, the leading substance and recovery expert in the world. Y'all still with me? Y'all still with me? All right, we're gonna go over those 4 steps in a minute, right? But what I want to do to close this out a little bit, I want to share again the power of human magnetism. Dr. Harris spoke about the book tour I was on, right? The book tour I was on, one of the dates was in Ghana. The book tour curator and the book tour started getting sketchy. Some of the dates happened and we had a lovely time, and it was panel discussions, it was signing books, it was a lot of nice information, a lot of great people that I met, and some of the tour dates, they didn't happen. So me and Karen bought our ticket when we got our taxes, because Ghana is kind of pricey. So we bought our tickets tax time, and that's January, February, and Ghana was in June. So in about March, April, the tour date in Ghana got sketchy. But when me and Karen bought the tickets, I have 31 years lived recovery, right? Lived experience of substance abuse. And I said, I would like to make a self-help meeting when I get to Ghana, Karen. And Karen's my Robin. So she jumped right on the computer and she started trying to locate self-help meetings in Ghana. She couldn't find a meeting, but she came across an article. And the article was written by a gentleman named Maurice Graham in 2017. So we reached out to Mr. Graham and he replied. And I said, hey man, I'm on my way to Ghana and I would like to check out the recovery scene in Ghana. And he said, well, it's young. I've been building it up during the last 20 years, but it's a lot of work that needs to be done. And I said, hey man, how could I be of value? I would love to help. And he said, that's great. And he plugged me in to 2 of his friends that lived in Ghana that was on the ground. One of them name was Festive, and the other one's name was Kwame. And I called them, and we had a conversation, and they said, hey, yo, you're an author? You have 31 years lived experience in this thing? They said, well, you got to come and do some stuff for us. They said, hey, man, while you're here, I know you're going to be on this book tour, but can you save us some time just to come talk to us, to share your book with us? I said, sure, man. Hey, whatever I could do. So when the months got closer to the tour date in Ghana got canceled. So let me tell you about the power of human magnetism. Human magnetism is like, you ever walk into a office building or a department store when you hit the doors and they just open automatically and you walk through, and then you walk through another door and it's closed, but then you don't got to do nothing. You just walk to it and it opens up. Man, that's the power of human magnetism when the universe is working with you. So these guys in Ghana that I never met, in a place on the other side of the world that I've never been to, said, hey, man, we want to put you on the radio. We want you to talk about substance abuse and recovery on the radio here in Ghana. And not only that, we want you to go to the University of Ghana and talk to the students. And not only that, we want you to go to the Cape Coast on the other side. We want you to get on the radio there. We want you to do book signings there. And I said, what? I said, these people don't even know me. They said, you know what? They said, Herman, would you like to do a conference with us? We could create a conference. I said, you want to create a conference? Let's create a conference. They said, what do you want to call it? I said, let's call it let's call it Ghana's Recovery and Wellness Conference. They said, all right. They found a venue that held over 100 people. They loaded it up with stakeholders, substance abuse counselors, nurses, program managers, counselors, clients. 5 programs worth of clients and participants. Venue, people, it was crazy. I don't know these people. And Karen kept saying, yo, this is big. This is big. You come into Africa. You come into Africa with experience that they never seen before. You come in as an author. You come in as a transformational speaker. They never seen nothing like you. I said, Karen, calm down. She said, no, you need to start getting excited. This is big. They started calling me, what do you want us to put on the banner? We're going to hang a big banner, a couple of them. What do you want us to put on them? They said, what kind of refreshments you want us to serve? Do you want a video guy? You want a camera? Oh, I was like, what is happening? The power of human magnetism. All of these steps that I just mentioned came together. And let me tell you, the conference was bananas. They treated me like a movie star, celebrity. I got off the plane. They was waiting for me with the sign. They drove me and Karen around to our Airbnb, to the venue. They took us to the other side of Ghana to go to Cape Coast. They gave us an Airbnb to stay in. It was a palace, marble floors, columns on a balcony overlooking the mountains. Are you serious? So let me tell you, energy, frequency, vision, gratitude. Oh, wait, let me do it. I'm sorry about that. I can do it. Let me recap what we discussed today. We discussed the power of human magnetism. Who you are is what you attract. And the 3 steps that you can take to get there: visualization, gratitude, and desire. Thank you, guys. This has been a fantabulous talk. I am extremely hyped, which is another word for my energy is on 20 right now. Thank you for letting me share.
Woo! Woo, woo, woo! Woo, woo, woo!